Gorilla Tag, there's been a reoccurring problem. This reoccurring problem had just started only probably a few months or ago, even like a year ago. There's this new subscription, and it's pretty much taken down the entire game. But before I tell you everything, let's just start with a simple overview of pretty much what's happening currently. So, in Gorilla Tag, there's been a lot of problems in recording, and like this guy, Elliot. Elliot is a famous YouTuber that has met some of the legends of Gorilla Tag, and he became one himself. The legends, like TTT Pig, maybe, he's met J-Man Curly, VMT, and mostly those guys. But, he's met a lot of people, and he made a lot of videos dedicating his entire career on YouTube to basically Gorilla Tag. But very recently, there has been told that Elliot is quitting Gorilla Tag forever. Now, this is not a lie. He is truly quitting Gorilla Tag, and this is, not a joke. He basically started saying this in the Gorilla Tag Discord server, and he basically said that he doesn't want to do it anymore because the game has just become not good anymore. The player base is not good, it's toxic, and the new VIM description is really weird and just not working because they make you pay to have certain privileges, which is telling us basically how this game can also be pretty bad at sometimes. Elliot basically just said that the game is not going to be an amazing game anymore after they added the subscription because it's pretty much ruining the entire fan base. Because now it depends on if you have the description or not, and it will pretty much decide if you're really worth talking to or if you're really worth playing the game. If it's really worth playing the game. Elliot is quitting completely. We're not even lying this time. He is quitting. No more videos about the Gorilla Tag. He might not even do videos, period. And not even on different games, it's no more VR. VR itself has pretty much been dying the past few years, ever since the Quest 3 was released. A lot of people still play standalone, but not many. A lot of people switch to PC VR and all that stuff. He even mentioned, it doesn't matter if you have PC VR or not, the entire VR industry is starting to fall. But Gorilla Tag is slowly dropping in the ranks to almost one of the worst games. Gorilla Tag used to be a game where you could unite with others while tagging each other, having fun, playing games that you used to play when you were younger. But now, it's just become a very toxic fan base, as it always been, and it was never this bad. Okay, now going back to the first big problem of the entire game. So, I'm doing this video to honor all of the YouTubers who pretty much devoted their entire life to this game. And now Gorilla Tag is going down in shambles, and we're going to all have to watch it happen with our eyes. All of these YouTubers have finger painters, a stick, or even some stuff like that. If I don't mention certain YouTubers, it's just because I didn't really have a lot of time to mention them. But I will most likely mention most. First YouTuber I want to mention is Elliot. Elliot, he will never see this video, but all I have to say is Elliot was an amazing YouTuber. He brought so many of us some of the best views on ourselves if we were YouTubers, because he was young, he made videos, he succeeded very well, and we can kind of almost use him as a role model. But he does show how Gorilla Tag can also be bad at sometimes, and how, even in general, he devoted his entire life, like I said, and he just is done. There's no going back, there's no what ifs, he's just done. And I think people need to accept it, because people usually just say, oh, he's just lying, he's making a fake statement. He is not. He left the Gorilla Tag Discord server, which usually is trying to imply, I don't want to play the game anymore, I'm done. Now, I don't know if you guys are okay with it, but I think everybody should be okay with his decision. Again, we are talking about Gorilla Tag here. This game is not nearly as bad as some of the other games' fan bases, but this game can still get pretty bad. And between the modders and bad moderation and false bans, yeah, the game's not that good. Another person I want to mention that may be a pretty big person in the entire Gorilla Tag community is TTT Pig. Now, TTT Pig was a moderator He is a moderator, actually. He has Stick. He's been playing this game for years, and he's a really good moderator. I actually look up to him. He really helps the game get better. And all the other moderators, thank you to them and their life. They devoted to this game, and now everyone's quitting. So what's the whole deal, right? Well, I don't know, but I hope the moderators are still getting, maybe they'll stay. But this game is starting to go down, and it's going to be a game that we loved, but will not be loved anymore. After Lemming pretty much just said, this game is good, but I think we should just probably stop for a little bit and focus more on the money part. I remember when I used to save up shiny rocks to buy a new bundle and, buy that with shiny rocks, and slowly over the years, it got worse. It did get a lot worse. Here's what happened. First, it was just a little bit where they started making you pay for bundles with your real money if you didn't have enough money. And then it basically just came all the way down to what we think it came down to, which was us buying a subscription to get certain things, which is not okay, Gorilla Tag. Gorilla Tag is following along with many other popular games, but this is not the way you think it would happen. It happened fast, and so did the YouTubers leaving. And it's not like they were little YouTubers, they were pretty big YouTubers. Now, I have a word for another one that you might know better than most YouTubers on Gorilla Tag. J-Man Curly. Now, this is like the best YouTuber, personally, of Gorilla Tag. Not the best, but the most known. And he hasn't quit. But there are signs that he might not play the game a lot. And he might not really play it anymore. Most of his videos have been changed into YouTube Shorts. And they were all of him and his little baby Gonzalez in animations, which I think is really cool. And it's funny. But where are the Gorilla Tag vids? Well, he hasn't really posted a lot of them. You can check. Maybe he has. But, I don't know. Personally, the algorithm, he's been not posting a lot of Gorilla Tag themed videos a lot. After J-Man Curly's game Schmackle kind of didn't really work out, he's been kind of talking about it, but he has made a new game. Most likely, this is just a side effect, because he started making his own games in general, but we don't know why he started making them. We don't know if it's because the Gorilla Tag was not getting good enough, or he just wanted to make a Gorilla Tag fan game. Those could have been early signs of him trying to say, I don't really want to play Gorilla Tag, but we don't know, because he hasn't quit. He still is technically playing Gorilla Tag. And Elliot stopped making videos around 3 months ago. His last video, I think, was him doing a sleepover with his friends in Gorilla Tag, and that was a pretty old video. Now, I'm going to back on to another one of the dynamic trio, VMT. VMT is probably one of the most interesting creators I've ever met. Him and J-Man Curly originally met in a lobby, and they became friends, and then they started doing YouTube together. No, VMT started actually, I think he had his own channel originally, and he started doing YouTube with J-Man, and they started all doing videos together. But, then, now it's almost like everybody's breaking up, because first of all, the first one to leave is Elliot, and the next one might be J-Man or VMT. To send a farewell to all of them, thank everyone that we even had some Gorilla Tag YouTubers to keep us company this past few years. And this game was an amazing game. But for the first time in a long time, this game might be dead. And this is not one of those temporary things. This is for good, unless Gorilla Tag changes. But the damage is done. The damage was in action, and it still is, but it's going on and on. It just, once you've played this game for so many years, you don't want to change. But if the game changes before you change, then I'm sorry. But this is the life. Things change. Things will never always be the exact same. But that's why Gorilla Tag is dead forever. I don't think you would say it as an understatement. It is totally, completely true. The game is just not a good game anymore, and I don't like the way it was built, and I think most games that were fan games of this game should probably most likely be nominated as some of the best games ever. Gorilla Tag is just a side game. The fan games are getting better and better as Gorilla Tag is getting worse and worse. Scary Baboon, Big Scary, you name it. Most of those games probably they have an okay fan base. They don't make you pay for subscriptions if you really don't want to, and you still get perks in the game if you don't want to pay for a subscription. So, don't not play Gorilla Tag just to honor all these YouTubers. I'm signing off. Forever. Gorilla Tag was a fan favorite game out of everyone. But to end it, I have to end everything. This channel will continue on with more videos from me, but from a different me. I will take off all my cosmetics and give it all to Gorilla Tag again. I remember the first time I played this game, straight out of the tutorial. I didn't have any cosmetics. But today is a day. I'm going to end Gorilla Tag forever. I haven't made many videos, but I can tell you for sure, I've been playing this game for 3 years. This is the end. I'm sorry, but I have to go now. Signing off. See you guys in the next video.